Hello and namaste. Welcome to Jasuja-PropEquity, and I'm Samir, your real estate friend, real estate philosopher, and real estate guide. Last week, we brought you an eye-opening video on Dubai's real estate market. Is it a bubble or will it continue to boom? If you watch our previous video, the link of which is shared below, this video and the upcoming videos in the series, you will know for yourself if Dubai is a bubble or the bestest real estate investment in the world. So today we're going to delve deeper to reveal the real reasons why Dubai's real estate market is booming and will continue to rock. Before I share the reasons, I also want to share with you that while I was doing my research, I came across a lot of content on YouTube about Dubai made by a lot of influencers. And after seeing their content, I realized that all of them talk so much crap and don't even know their front from their back. In addition, they are so superficial, have done no research, and provide misleading and half-baked opinions. So would request you to not get biased with all that terrible content out there. We are here to give you the real story backed by authentic data and deep analysis. So all my request to my fellow YouTubers, सर कुछ तो खुदा का खौफ करो, प्लीज नाक से रोटियां मत खाओ, और अगर आप रियल एस्टेट में नहीं हो तो प्लीज रियल एस्टेट के वीडियोस मत बनाओ. So in today's video, for every point you've heard against investing in Dubai, I'll give you 5 powerful reasons why this city should be on the top of your list with respect to real estate and livability. The first and most important point that makes this city super successful is because of the leadership, vision, drive, will, optimal utilization of capital and resources, and commitment of their ruler, Sheikh Maktoum, to make Dubai the best city in the world in every which way. So before you make that judgment, we once again request you to watch all our videos on the Dubai series, and trust me, this would be time very well spent. I would also like to request you to please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and stay till the very end to know every deep and well-researched insights we have specially bought for you. Let's begin. First and foremost, I want to ask you, what for you makes a city good for living? How much importance do you give to a city with respect to a great quality of life? What is the universe of all the considerations that make for great livability? Well, according to me, all the points given below need to be considered to make a city a true heaven on earth. So here are the points, and they are not in order of importance. Number 1, great central location with respect to the globe. Stability, law and order, security, taxation, respect and openness for all the religions, the best entertainment, shopping, hospitality, and diverse cuisines, good education, great medical facilities, excellent infrastructure and connectivity, de-risked foreign currency fluctuations, continuous development in infrastructure and tourism, affordable cost of living, good price appreciation and safety with respect to all your investments, and finally, for us Indians, the Sone Pe Sohaga, an affordable house help. Fact, Dubai is the only city in the world that checks all the boxes that we have spoken about. I would love for you to share in the comments if you know of any other city like Dubai that has it all. Since this list is very long, I will take many of these points and support it with examples and real data. Now let's deep dive and look at all the points in more detail. Central connectivity. Dubai is literally in the center of the world. If we look at the flight times, India to Dubai is only 3.5 hours. Dubai to London is 7 hours. Dubai to New York is 14 hours. And if you have to go to the southernmost tip of Africa, it's still under 8 hours. You can imagine how central that makes it. If I was to compare this to India, if an Indian had to go to the US from India, it would take 22 hours. To UK, it would take more than 9 hours. And if you had to fly from Singapore also, US is a good 16 hours away. You also need to look at the fact that Dubai is a global hub for travel. So most of the flights connecting from Dubai are direct, and you don't have any loss in waiting time, which you have to do and catch connecting flights, which is the reality in most parts of the world if you have to travel from them. Stability. UAE, of which Dubai is a part of, is one of the most stable countries in the world. They have excellent relations with the US, excellent relations with India, China, Russia, and all the Muslim countries in the world revere it. They enjoy great diplomacy. Now let's look at the law and order and safety situation in Dubai and compare it to India for an apples to apples comparison. The accident fatality rate in Dubai is 1.6 per 100,000 people. Guess what? In India, it's 55. That's 40 times higher. We're all familiar with what we are going through because of the rapes that are happening in the country. Dubai has a rape ratio of 0.3 per 100,000. And guess what? India is 64 per lakh. That's 200 times more. A girl in India gets raped every 20 minutes. Now let's look at drinking and driving, which is a very common issue for all of us. In Dubai, the drinking and driving penalty goes and starts from 5 lakhs and goes up to 22 lakh rupees. In India, it's 10,000. In Dubai, it's non-bailable. If you're caught drinking and driving, you go to jail, no questions asked. In India, even if you murder a person on CCTV, you get bail, blood samples are changed, the driver in itself is changed even after CCTV footage. What more can I say? Now let's look at taxation. How many countries in the world do you know where there is zero income tax, zero property tax, zero capital gains tax? Even if you know of many countries, you'll be able to count them on your fingers. Now let's compare this to India. Income tax goes as high as 40%. Capital gains tax is 12.5%. Next point is respect and openness for anybody to follow their religion. Do you know that in Dubai there are over 100 different nationalities with different cultures and religions peacefully coexisting over there? There is no discrimination on religion whatsoever. Look at the world. Most of the wars are being fought because of religion. India got independence 77 years ago, and the partition happened because of religion. Even today, there is so much fighting between the Hindu and Muslim communities, and we still can't solve that problem once and for all, even though a different nation got created called Pakistan because of religion. Now, let's look at some of the hospitality, food, entertainment, and retail statistics. Let's start with hospitality. Dubai leads the world in terms of the highest hotel occupancy rates. Currently, there are more than 800 hotels operational with more than 150,000 keys. This makes it one of the highest in the world. Dubai houses 97% of the most prestigious hospitality chains in the world. Now let's look at the restaurant density. Dubai has more restaurants per capita than New York, with 264 people per restaurant, with 13,000 restaurants and cafes. And we all know New York is the mecca for the restaurant industry. Dubai currently houses most of the prominent culinary experiences around the globe. Do you know that they generate $560 billion from the restaurant and food industry? That's like literally 1/6 of our GDP. Now let's look at the retail industry. We all know Dubai is famous for it, and all of us Indians go there for shopping. 25% of the GDP of the country comes from just retail. It is a mecca of luxury brands. And in terms of square footage covered, Dubai has 60 million square feet of malls. Compare this to India, it has 95 million. So we're talking about a population of 140 crores with 9 crore square feet, and we're talking about 6 crore square feet with just 30 lakh. So you can imagine what the difference is. I can't even count the number of times the ratio would turn out to be. Let's look at the entertainment now. People all across the globe eagerly wait for cultural and entertainment events that are held in Dubai. One example of that, the Expo 2020 had 24 million visitors coming to Dubai in this 6 months. Compare this to India. We had 7.7 million people coming to the whole of India in 2023. So one event is equal to 3 times more than the entire tourists visiting India. Shah Rukh Khan, our biggest actor in the Bollywood industry, is the brand ambassador of Dubai. Now you can imagine how good and how big the entertainment is actually in Dubai. Education and healthcare facilities. Some of the best schools and colleges from all over the globe have set up shop in the UAE and specifically in Dubai. Even the IIT has opened its university recently in the UAE. That shows how important UAE has become with respect to education. Let's talk about healthcare. The same thing. The best hospitals and the best medical practitioners are now operating out of Dubai. Now let's look at the infrastructure and the will of the government to solve a problem. Let's look at the airport. Dubai has the second busiest airport in the world, spread across 7,200 acres. It operates across 262 destinations in 104 countries. They serve over 86.9 million people a year. And guess what? They're building even a bigger and better airport going forward. Let's look at their resolve to solve an infrastructure issue. Let's compare it to India. Mumbai is the richest city of the country, and for 70 years, we've not been able to solve its waterlogging problem. And look at Dubai. We had a similar problem there in the last 1 year, and Dubai decided to invest $8 billion, no questions asked, and solve the issue once and for all. Now let's look at another important point, which is price appreciation and foreign currency fluctuation that affects the entire world. The dirham is actually pegged to the dollar. So the currency fluctuation hardly happens. And we know that the dollar happens to be the strongest currency of the world. Price appreciation. The real estate price appreciation has been phenomenal over the last 3-4 years and will continue to do well. Real estate prices have gone up by more than 2x in the last 3 years itself. And look at the opportunity that you get over there. The rental return is 8% and the cost of borrowing is 5%. So if you invest just 20% of the value of the property starts paying for the balance itself. And in no time, in say 5 to 10 years, the property becomes free. And suppose you invested 20 rupees out of the 100 rupees, 80 rupees came from finance. So on your investment of 20 rupees, when you sell that property 5 years later, which becomes 200 rupees, you make 180 rupees. That means that the price appreciation in real estate in Dubai is more than 5 to 6x in 7 to 8 years. You don't get that kind of price appreciation anywhere in the world. Now let's look at tourism related activities. If the city is good, it will attract the maximum number of tourists. Let's look at the statistics. Dubai saw 17.15 million visitors in 2023, which is 2.5 times than entire India. You can't even imagine what that difference in number of times versus square kilometers would be. Just from India alone, 2.2 million visitors visited Dubai. That's roughly 13%. You can imagine how attractive that destination has become to the entire world. People used to have one problem in Dubai. They used to feel insecure that whether they will be thrown out or not. And the government fixed that as well. They introduced the golden tourist visa, which is applicable for 10 years. And in certain cases, they're even opening up the citizenship to the UAE. Let's look at some golden visa statistics. In 2021, there were 47,000 visas issued. And guess what? In 2023, it's 1,58,000. That's roughly 3.5 times more. This number will make you imagine how many people are dying to shift there, and this number is going to keep going higher and higher. Now, let's look at the most important point, the cost of living. Everybody says that the cost of living in Dubai is very high, but they forget that there is zero income tax. And the GST is also much lower compared to the other big cities of the world. What does that mean? So if you earn, say, 60 lakh rupees in India, 20 lakhs plus goes in taxes. You're left with 40 lakhs. If you were in Dubai, the entire 60 lakhs would be with you, and you could spend the entire money as disposable income. Now that 20 lakhs in India is enough to run a home, and that's what you just save in the taxes in Dubai. The fuel rates are the lowest in the world, and we all know that fuel rates drive the cost of living index to the highest. So I guess with this, I prove my point that cost of living is not that high because you're not having any income tax whatsoever, and the fuel is the lowest in the world, which are the two biggest driving factors of cost of living going higher. The last point, but not the least, especially for our Indian community, we all love house help and they help us a great deal and we're used to them. In many countries in the West, just to get a visa is impossible to get house help. But that's not the case in Dubai. You get very affordable house help there, and the government is very flexible in giving the visas. I hope I have been able to convince you and share my point of view and all the points that should confirm that Dubai is probably the best city to live in, both from a livability point of view and an investment point of view. Would request you to see the next video and the video after that, and I'm sure there will be nothing left in your mind after that, and you will be totally convinced with what I'm saying. I hope you liked this video. This is Samir. Goodbye.